Chicken from Kirkland. No, chicken from Costco. USDA organic. This is how chicken's supposed to look like. Not like the humongous chicken. We're gonna make pollo a la brasa with this. Welcome to Feast with Pete, and today we are doing pollo a la brasa, which is Peruvian style chicken. Usually this is cooked in a rotisserie or it's cooked on the grill. Today we are doing it on the pan because most people have a pan and most people have an oven. If you don't have an oven, you can definitely do this on the pan. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Let's get it started. To make this pollo a la brasa, first let's make a brine, a flavorful brine to enhance the juiciness and the tenderness of the meat. So you're gonna add some cold water, some coconut water, some salt, and mix that solution, and then you're gonna add the chicken in there. Once the chicken is fully submerged, then you're gonna cover that with a plastic wrap, and then cover that with an aluminum foil. Now that's completely covered. Now you're gonna throw that in the fridge. Put that brine inside the fridge, y'all. The next day, the brine would have done its magic, and now you want to take that brine out, and now you want to wash it out. So you don't want to have any of that brine liquid. You want to completely wash that chicken, change that water, get some fresh water, put some lime juice, wash it, and let that chicken drain before you make the marinade for the chicken. So to make this pollo a la brasa, Peruvian style chicken, you're gonna need a couple of Peruvian peppers. So I'm using Aji Amarillo, which is a orange Peruvian pepper, and this is Aji Limo. This is an acidic Peruvian pepper, mostly used in a lot of ceviche recipes. If you can't find these at your local Hispanic grocery store, you can always find this on Amazon, this is the Aji Amarillo paste. This will give you the same effect as this, except for this has a little bit of salt in it. This doesn't. You got to add your salt, right? Because this is just the pepper. And we can also use Huacatay Paste, which is mint paste, black mint paste. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. If not, please let me know. And I'm also using some culantro. This is the cousin of cilantro. Okay, a lot of Caribbean dishes and a lot of dishes from South America, they do use this. So these are the ingredients that I'm using. So first, we want to add our garlic. I'm going to put a little bit of oil right there. And then I want to blend this up first before I add the rest of the ingredients. So those garlic is nicely chopped. Now it's the time I will put my chili peppers. The Aji Limo, the Aji Amarillo. Now if you don't have these chili peppers, of course you can add the paste. Now this is the time you want to add a little bit of soy sauce to the recipe. That's about a quarter cup. This is about 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. Now I'm putting some smoked paprika. So this is about 1 teaspoon's worth of smoked paprika, and then also a little bit of cumin, cumino. Okay, need some cumin. My girlfriend hates the spice, but it's probably because of the smell, because you know what the smell like. But this is a delicious spice. She loves the way it tastes. She just doesn't like the smell of it. So I can't blame them. It is what it is. Now you want to blend this again. So we're gonna spatchcock this chicken. So this time we're gonna do reverse spatchcocking. So which means we're gonna cut it through the breast. Now you want to basically put the chicken like that. That's how the chicken's gonna look. Let it cook. The breast, the thighs, legs, everything gets cooked. Plus, when you try to flip it over, you have a backbone to flip it over, and it would not break on you. So that's why I'm doing the reverse spatchcock method. Usually, it's done with the regular spatchcock method. You already know. So we're gonna take the reverse spatchcock chicken over here, and then we're gonna put a little bit of this marinade. So this is the marinade. We're gonna put a little bit of this, and then we're gonna get in the nooks and crannies everywhere. Make sure the marinade goes everywhere, and also if you can get inside the chicken, get inside with your gloves as much as you can. You don't want to break the skin too much because we do need that skin. And then also we're gonna put a little bit of marinade in the cavity. So it goes a little bit in the chest cavity and whatnot, and we marinate in this chicken. And you want to leave this for like a couple of hours. You can also do this overnight. You know, some people do this overnight, but since I brine the chicken, there's no need to do this overnight. You can definitely get away with a couple hours of marinating. Just don't put it in the fridge. Just leave it in your counter, you know, cover it with the aluminum foil, and you should be good to go. Okay. And let this set in your counter for a couple hours. To ensure even cooking, we need to create an ideal cooking environment. That's where the heavy bottom cast iron pan comes in. We're gonna wrap this cast iron pan in aluminum foil and carefully place it in the oven for about 30 minutes. That's how it's gonna look like. Put the foil on like that, and then put it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. So we'll set the oven at 400 degrees. By using this method, the spatchcock chicken cooks evenly, resulting in a juicy and flavorful meat. So now we're gonna take the chicken that's been marinated, and you're gonna place it right here. As I season this chicken, I wanna give a shout out to my mom for making me this apron. I did make this the day before Mother's Day, and when we were shooting, I was thinking about my mom, and shout out to all the moms out there, man. So leftover marinade, you want to definitely add this, as we will be using this marinade to make a basting sauce to baste the chicken. Okay. Stove, put the pan on, avocado oil. So any type of high smoke point oil would work, and if you have regular olive oil, that could go high smoke point, you could use that. Don't use extra virgin olive oil. You want to put your fan on high. So when you place the chicken in, you know, got yourself covered. So now we want to put the pan that's been resting on right here like that. So you want to push it down. Let that cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, now we're gonna open up the oven. Basically take two of these pans, both of these pans. It's too heavy, just put it down here for now. Put this pan down, and then you're gonna put the other pan down, because it is a little heavy and I don't want to drop it. So let that go in the oven. Ooh, let that go in the oven for like 20 minutes. This chicken will cook evenly and will have a great texture. Now let's focus on the green sauce. We're gonna make the green sauce while the chicken is cooking. So we just basically break this apart. Put some cilantro right here. You wanna definitely blend this first. Of course, if you have a big food processor, you can put everything in and blend it. But I have a little food processor, so I have to take one by one. If you don't have a food processor, you can definitely do this with a molcajete. It's just gonna take you longer. Now I'm gonna put some jalapeños. Basically, this is one jalapeno. I'm gonna blend this up as well before I put my other mixes. Jalapeno is nice and mixed. And now I do add a little bit of avocado to this. It's just gonna give you a nice flavor, a nice creaminess element, along with other creamy elements that we're gonna put in this recipe. But it definitely complements the chicken, I feel like. Now, I'm gonna add a little bit of Greek yogurt. Now, if you have sour cream or creme fraiche, you can add that. This is, this is what I have right now, and this is also a little healthier, so add a little bit of Greek yogurt, you know what I mean? And then we're gonna blend this up again. And Peruvian chicken green sauce, usually it's just parsley and cilantro and maybe some mayonnaise. type of deal. But you know, I like to put these ingredients. Is also like if the chicken is kind of spicy, it also cools off with the sauce. And you know, this sauce can be enjoyed with rice, or you know, it could be a side sauce for your fries also. Now we add some mayonnaise. Come on now. Man, that does not sound good. Okay. And then finally, I'm gonna put some Aji Amarillo paste. Now we're gonna add some Huacatay Paste, which is black mint paste, along with a little bit of culantro, which is the cousin of cilantro. Okay, I already told y'all who uses this and for what reason. Usually Caribbeans, South American, Central American recipes have this, and a little bit of lime. Why not? Because you know, lime makes everything better. So we're gonna put a little bit of lime juice right here, and then of course you gotta have salt. You gotta pay the salt tax. Put some salt right there. And that's perfect. All right, y'all, we're gonna take the chicken out. First, we're gonna take one pan at a time because these pans are super heavy. So, super heavy, don't go for both the pans at the same time and burn your hands. All right, and turn on the stove. Make sure you turn the stove on because sometimes this thing doesn't turn on me, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? See, you want to turn on that stove, keep it around medium like this, and then put that chicken back in here. Okay, still keep this for another 5 minutes, and then we're gonna flip it. So you want to take off this, and now you want to check if it has developed any color. And if you take a look at it, it sure has. And we're gonna flip this. Okay, we're gonna flip this chicken like this. Boom. Yeah, that looks beautiful right there. All right, y'all, you're gonna put this in the oven for another 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and it's basically gonna be done. Okay. Don't let the delicious marinade go to waste. Let's repurpose it into a mouth-watering basting sauce by adding some butter and whisking it. While we whisk it, the leftover marinade from your pollo la brasa is packed with flavor, and combining with butter will create a rich and savory basting sauce. Allow the butter to melt and blend with the marinade. Stir the mixture well. Ensure the butter incorporates evenly with the marinade. Let the sauce simmer gently, allowing the flavors to melt together and the sauce to thicken slightly. Also, adding a little bit of lime juice, freshen up the sauce, and a little bit of beer will help you thicken out the sauce a little faster because of the gluten content of the beer. And if the sauce splits for some reason, you're going to add the most forgotten cooking ingredient. It's called water, y'all. Add some water. It'll fix a lot of sauces. And basically, your sauce is done at this point. And it's ready to be basted on the chicken. Then just paint some of the chicken juices onto the chicken. Okay, some of the marinade, we're gonna paint them back. We're gonna put this chicken back in here for like 2 more minutes. Here comes the chicken. Boom. There is the chicken, looking at all its glory. So now you let the chicken rest for like a good 10-15 minutes before you cut it open. This is the mid bone, so cut the mid bone part out. You know, definitely could use that for stock. But it's basically the legs and the thighs, the wings, the wing shot right there. Wings coming off like that. You got the breast with a little bit of nice char right there. Perfect, man. You got the leg and thigh, or you can have the leg quarters. Some people prefer the leg quarters. I prefer the leg and thigh. All right, y'all, it worked so hard for this chicken. Now it's time to eat it. I got the legs. So flavorful. And let's check this out with a little bit of the green sauce. You gotta make this, man. You guys gotta make this. It's a great summer recipe. You can make this on the grill. If you have rotisserie, that's the traditional way to make it. If not, you can make the way I showed you how to make it. Make it on the stove and in the oven. Delicious recipe. It's a great summertime recipe. And I'm gonna make another video soon about the history of pollo a la brasa. But this recipe right here is one of the best chickens you'll ever eat. I hope y'all liked that video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and don't forget to feast with Pete.